This is a continuation of 5-1, where you're going to have to write an equation in point-slope form for the perpendicular bisector of the segment with endpoints A, -1, 6, and B, 3, 4. So make a graph and plot those points A and B on your graph. So something for this problem that we need to clarify is that you're going to be writing an equation in point-slope form. So as a reminder, point-slope form, so you guys can write this down too. Point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m parenthesis x minus x1. So we're going to need that at the end. And then the perpendicular part of this, perpendicular means that it's going to form 90 degrees. And the bisector means it's going to have two congruent parts. Okay, so the formulas that we're going to need to help us with that, to see if it's, to make it bisect, we're going to need the midpoint formula, which is averaging the x's and averaging the y's, and that will be an ordered pair. So why don't you guys find the midpoint of AB right now. So in order to find the midpoint, we take our x values, -1, plus our other x value, 3, all over 2, comma, y1, which is 6, and the order you add doesn't matter, but I'm just going by the formula, plus 4, all over 2. And so when I simplify this, we get -1 plus 3 is 2 over 2, which is 1. And 6 plus 4 is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Okay, so now we need to find the slope of these 2 points. So I'm going to use slope formula, y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. I'm going to plug in my values, so 4 minus 6 all over 3 minus -1, which is really 3 plus 1. 4 minus 6 is -2, over 3 plus 1 is 4, and that simplifies to -1/2. But I need the perpendicular slope. The perpendicular slope of -1/2. So the perpendicular slope is going to be +2 because it's a negative reciprocal. So the last thing we need to do, because we have highlighted here in the question that we need to write an equation in point-slope form. So I need to plug in my point, which is right here, 1, 5. And I also need to plug in my slope, my perpendicular slope that we came up with, which was 2. So in my point-slope formula, I'm going to have y minus my y1, which is 5, equals m, which was 2, parenthesis, x minus x1, which is 1. Once you plug in those values, you stop right there. It's in point-slope form, and you're done.